The foundation of informed, healthy eating represents a fundamental shift away from the all-or-nothing mentality that has dominated diet culture for decades. This concept centers on the idea that sustainable health improvements come through education and knowledge-based decision-making, rather than rigid rules or perfect adherence to restrictive eating plans. At its core, informed eating means understanding why certain foods benefit your body, how different nutrients function, and what realistic changes you can implement without completely overhauling your lifestyle. This approach is critically important because it creates lasting behavioral change rather than temporary fixes. When people understand the science behind their food choices, they're more likely to stick with healthier habits long term. Instead of following trends blindly, informed eaters make decisions based on how foods make them feel, their nutritional content, and their personal health goals. Real-world applications of this principle are evident in simple substitutions like choosing quinoa over white rice. An informed eater knows that quinoa provides complete proteins and fiber that white rice lacks, leading to better satiety and blood sugar control. Similarly, selecting sparkling water with lemon instead of soda isn't just about cutting calories. It's understanding how added sugars affect energy levels and dental health while still satisfying the desire for a flavorful, fizzy drink. Nutritionists and dietitians consistently support this informed approach, arguing that education empowers people to make better choices across all eating situations, not just at home. Research shows that people who understand nutritional principles maintain healthier eating patterns compared to those following strict diet rules. However, this approach faces challenges in our fast-paced society where convenience often trumps consideration. Some critics argue that expecting everyone to become nutrition experts is unrealistic and that simple rules might be more effective for certain populations. Additionally, conflicting nutritional information can make it difficult to determine what constitutes truly informed eating. The foundation of informed eating connects to every other aspect of healthy nutrition by creating a framework for decision-making that adapts to different circumstances. Whether you're grocery shopping, dining out, or meal planning, understanding the principles behind healthy choices allows you to maintain your wellness goals while remaining flexible. This knowledge-based approach also helps people navigate special dietary needs, budget constraints, and cultural food preferences while still prioritizing their health, making it a truly personalized and sustainable path to better eating. The concept of smart swaps and better choices represents a practical, sustainable approach to improving nutrition through incremental changes rather than dramatic dietary overhauls. This strategy focuses on replacing commonly consumed processed or refined foods with more nutrient-dense alternatives that provide similar satisfaction and functionality in meals. The underlying principle emphasizes that healthy eating doesn't require perfection or complete elimination of favorite foods, but rather making informed decisions about better alternatives when possible. This approach holds significant importance in nutritional improvement because it addresses one of the primary barriers to healthy eating, the all-or-nothing mentality that often leads to failure and frustration. By implementing gradual substitutions, individuals can maintain their eating patterns while steadily improving their nutritional intake, making the transition more psychologically manageable and physically sustainable over time. Consider the swap from white rice to quinoa or brown rice. White rice undergoes processing that strips away fiber, vitamins, and minerals, leaving primarily refined carbohydrates. Quinoa provides complete proteins containing all essential amino acids, while brown rice retains its fiber and B vitamins. Both alternatives help stabilize blood sugar levels and provide sustained energy compared to the rapid spike and crash associated with white rice. Similarly, replacing soda with sparkling water and lemon or green tea eliminates empty calories, artificial additives, and excessive sugar, while providing hydration and potentially beneficial antioxidants from green tea. Nutritional experts and registered dietitians widely support this incremental approach, arguing that small, consistent changes create lasting habits more effectively than restrictive diets. Research indicates that people who make gradual modifications are more likely to maintain healthier eating patterns long term compared to those attempting dramatic dietary changes. However, some challenges exist with this approach. Critics argue that minor swaps may create a false sense of accomplishment while failing to address underlying dietary issues. Additionally, some alternatives like quinoa can be more expensive than traditional options, creating accessibility barriers. Others contend that focusing on individual food swaps might oversimplify nutrition, which involves complex interactions between various nutrients and eating patterns. This smart swap strategy connects directly to broader nutritional goals by serving as a gateway to more comprehensive healthy eating habits. As individuals experience positive results from initial changes, they often become more motivated to explore additional improvements, creating a positive feedback loop that gradually transforms overall dietary quality without overwhelming lifestyle disruption. The power of small changes over perfection represents a fundamental shift in how we approach healthy eating, emphasizing sustainable progress rather than dramatic overhauls that often lead to failure. This concept recognizes that lasting dietary transformation occurs through incremental modifications that compound over time, rather than attempting radical changes that shock our systems and lifestyles into unsustainable patterns. This approach is crucial because it addresses the primary reason most healthy eating attempts fail: the all-or-nothing mentality that sets unrealistic expectations. When people try to completely revolutionize their diet overnight, they typically experience decision fatigue, overwhelming cravings, and social disruption that ultimately leads to abandoning their goals entirely. Small changes, however, allow our taste buds, digestive systems, and daily routines to gradually adapt, making new habits feel natural rather than forced. Consider someone replacing their daily afternoon soda with sparkling water and lemon. Initially, they might miss the sweetness, but within weeks, their palate adjusts, sugar cravings diminish, and they've eliminated hundreds of empty calories and artificial additives without feeling deprived. Similarly, swapping white rice for quinoa introduces complete proteins and fiber while maintaining familiar textures and cooking methods, making the transition virtually seamless. Research consistently supports this incremental approach, with studies showing that people who make small, consistent changes maintain their healthy habits 67% longer than those attempting comprehensive dietary overhauls. Behavioral psychology reinforces this, demonstrating that small wins create positive feedback loops that motivate continued progress. However, some nutritionists argue that certain health conditions require immediate, comprehensive dietary changes rather than gradual transitions. Others contend that small swaps might create a false sense of accomplishment, potentially preventing people from addressing more significant dietary issues. There's also debate about whether focusing on individual food swaps adequately addresses broader eating patterns and emotional relationships with food. The small changes philosophy connects deeply to other aspects of healthy eating by building confidence and food awareness that naturally expand over time. Someone who successfully swaps white bread for whole grain often becomes more curious about reading ingredient labels, which leads to better choices across all food categories. This approach also supports meal planning, budget management, and family dynamics, since gradual changes are less disruptive to household routines. Ultimately, small changes create a foundation of success that makes larger transformations feel achievable rather than overwhelming, establishing healthy eating as a sustainable lifestyle rather than a temporary restriction. The concept of smart swaps and better choices represents a fundamental shift in how we approach healthy eating by emphasizing gradual, sustainable changes rather than dramatic dietary overhauls. This approach recognizes that making small, strategic substitutions in our daily food choices can accumulate into significant health improvements over time without requiring the mental and physical stress of complete dietary restrictions. This strategy is particularly significant because it addresses one of the primary reasons why most diets fail: the all-or-nothing mentality that sets people up for disappointment and eventual abandonment of healthy habits. By focusing on simple swaps, individuals can maintain their favorite foods and eating patterns while incrementally improving their nutritional intake, making the journey toward better health feel manageable and sustainable. Consider the swap from white rice to quinoa or brown rice. White rice is essentially a refined carbohydrate that spikes blood sugar quickly and provides minimal nutrients, while quinoa offers complete proteins, fiber, and essential amino acids that help stabilize blood sugar and promote satiety. Similarly, replacing soda with sparkling water and lemon or green tea eliminates empty calories and artificial additives while providing hydration and potentially beneficial antioxidants. A person who drinks 2 sodas daily could save over 300 calories simply through this one swap. Research from the American Heart Association supports gradual dietary changes as more effective for long-term success than restrictive dieting approaches. Nutritionists consistently advocate for this method because it allows people to develop new taste preferences naturally and build lasting habits without feeling deprived. However, some challenges exist with this approach. Critics argue the small changes may be too slow for people with urgent health concerns like diabetes or obesity, where more dramatic interventions might be necessary. Additionally, some individuals may use the gradual approach as an excuse to delay making more comprehensive changes that could benefit their health more rapidly. There's also the risk that people might make 1 or 2 swaps and feel they've done enough, rather than continuing to improve their overall dietary pattern. The Smart Swaps concept connects directly to other aspects of healthy eating by serving as an entry point that builds confidence and momentum. Once people experience success with simple changes, they often become more motivated to explore additional improvements, creating a positive cycle of health-conscious decision-making that extends beyond food choices to encompass overall lifestyle changes, meal planning, and mindful eating practices. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more food history with a modern twist. Thanks for watching. BBB Bites.